very critical for dating, for loving, for living, is that if you wanted to choose a woman, what was important for me personally, it must be that the woman must possess the physiology that appeals to you, right? She has got to be fine. I English that they speak, so I might just explain them exactly the way. She's got to be fine. She's got to be fine by your standard. Each and every one of us, we have got our SI for measuring what beauty is. Some people you have to be curvy, some people you have to be tall, but whatever it is that is your SI unit for measuring fine, you have got to see it in that woman. That's the first thing. She's got to be really very
I
fine,
go chop
because
first.
the eye is the gate that allows you process things. That's the first. Secondly, the person who must be the one you want to live with, the one you want to reign with, must be one who has got sense. Yeah, for me, there are too many people who exist who display physical beauty, but they are lacking in sense. Lacking in sense in the sense that if you heard them speak, you understood that there's a lot more that can make them become better. So if I were to pick a woman, if she's fine and she's got sense, then she would have, on a scale of 1 to 5, she would have passed, largely. The third thing is that she must be one who has got respect. People always say that in Africa, the way to a man's heart is food and sex. And sometimes when I hear that, I'm marveled, I'm awed. It's terrible to hear it, because you cannot use one this thing to fit all men into that mold. For me, what trumps even sex and food is respect. How is this woman, when she's sitting with you and your friends, does she put you down? Does she feel excited when your friends are, quote and unquote, cracking jokes? And when you do, she's not listening to you. That's the third very important thing. The fourth very important thing is that the woman must be one who embodies, who exudes support. If a woman was not supportive, for instance, and you can tell that in how she vibes with you, you are bringing out something that you want to do, you want to achieve, and she's not paying attention. By supporting, it doesn't necessarily mean that she's going to bring her life savings and all of that. I think that she must indeed be supportive. And most importantly, I think that the woman who must live with me, the woman who must be with me, the woman who I want to become with, must be one who understands what is important to me. A lot of times we think we want to give to people what they want, or we want to give to people what we think they deserve. But we are a lot of times wrong, because people do not want what you think they deserve. They want what they think is appropriate. So a woman who must look at me, a woman who I must be with, must understand what I need per time. Right? How is she able to do that? She must have communion with me. She must understand me. She must understand my levels of thinking and all that. If she's unable to flow in that frequency, then it will be a challenge. But we can compromise on so many other things. We can compromise on our dressing, even though I would like that a woman who is, she must be one who dresses very appealing, right? So if she walk
Like
past,
sexy outfit.
that kind of thing, right? She must be one who is very
Bro,
appealing,
your skills they plenty.
I did tell you.
It just it's day long.
I did tell you. So let's jump on you now, Mike. What do you think actually that?
For me,
yes,
it's just you have to just be real.
Real.
Just
yes,
be real.
because
When I say real, I mean like you just have to give me your true, your good, your bad, your ugly. That will make me connect easily. So just like them to connect each other. So I just for me, any other thing can come. But if I don't get that true realness from you from Genesis, I don't think we can have a revelation in our relationship.
But if I want to jump in quickly on that,
Okay.
real is a relative term. It
Yes.
would depend on who is defining it. So
Okay.
if you said to somebody outside that I think this person is not real, they will want to ask you specifically what you mean by this person is not real. So for the audience and for some of us, what would you term as real or unreal? Is it that a person who is able to eat fish with her hand? Is that a person who is able to jump on molo?
So
or
it's for me it's just being feasible things that you can on a normal term relate with. So I don't know if for me, I don't know if people do that, but I really deep down have inner connection. When I get to meet someone, I get inner connection with the person. If I really like the person, and I can tell if you're real or not, if you're trying to fake it, across the terms of time we try to get to know each other, how many months, how many years, I can tell. That's where you cannot decipher good, bad, and ugly. Have she seen my ugly side? Have I seen my ugly side? Have she seen my good side? Have I seen my bad side? You understand? So that realness, it's something that you just have to bring out something in you, which is you, the true you. Just say, for example, a Coke bottle. The content inside is Coke, not Pepsi. They're all the same content, right? The same color. You don't know whether you're drinking Coke. If they put a Pepsi inside Coke, in your mind, you feel like say they drink Coke, but not Pepsi they drink because it's inside a bottle of Coke. So that's fake. But my own connection, I feel looking at it from the state of the first face, I cannot decipher if this person is real, and that's what gives me that connection with that person.
So there's a
Right.
quantity that we have come to accept. Fake it until you make it.
Mhm.
A lot of girls like to fake it
I
so that they
didn't
can.
accept so that kind of quantity.
Okay. So that's why, because I want to draw this from what Mike has said. He says he wants real people, but a lot of girls, if they appear to you real, you may not value them in the way that you want them to.
Even me myself,
be
if I
valued.
appear to the person real, you might not value it. Like,
But you
oh,
want-
boy, now see finish with
But
this,
you
so-
want real now, so
that's the
yes.
realness. So that's why I put it in the category of it's a face. It's not something that you just come and when you come to someone's house, they say feel at home. You know me say me you don't go person finish, go pack the whole food, or carry everything come up. That feel at home means that be comfortable, do
Yes.
your thing.
Yes. Yes.
Feel free.
Yes.
Yeah, Mikasa, Sukasa, how do you know that thing? Everywhere good.
I tell you,
So that's my point line.
Yes.
Of being in a relationship or even getting to know someone.
Just being real.
That being real. Yeah.
Yes. Do you have other things that you think, other than being real, that you want to highlight?
Yeah,
being as-
being real. Then religious. Like you have to be. I don't know what religion.
Yeah, I think that's key. Mm-hmm.
You are practicing.
Whether you are Muslim,
yeah,
Christian,
no problem.
Hinduist,
As long as
atheists.
you preach love and peace.
yes, atheists.
I'm game.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm coming up.
Atheist.
I'll take something from what Mike is saying. For me, I'll call it spirituality. It's very important. I think that's
yeah, you can. Yeah,
that's the
Right.
bedrock of everything. I
Mhm.
feel it's the fundamentals because that can, with that it can tick off your, some other things that you that you as a man will want. Well, because you see, when you talk about like what Andy was saying about respect and this, we all know we've seen this all the time. Respect is how do I put it? Like you said, it's relative.
Yeah.
A woman can respect you today and not respect you tomorrow.
So,
I haven't seen even men that say their wife is respectful. I haven't seen, if you ask them to be sincere, it cannot be all the time. All right. A woman cannot respect you at the point where maybe both of you are upset or quarreling. Well, it's there. There are people that even when they're upset, they will still speak to you politely, right? But I feel like as a couple, both of you are together, there are times where at a certain point of time, you don't feel that respect.
Mhm.
There will be disrespect here and there. So I think the main point for me is because of the times we are in. If you're spiritual, I know most of us here are. You will see we are in challenging moments. So just like you asked how you pick somebody, just like if you want to go out now, you go to your wardrobe and you pick a dress. It's easy for you to make that decision, right? You can't go and pray to God to help you pick a dress to go out. But I think, which is very important, that choosing a life partner, that's where you need a supernatural being. You need a divine eye. I won't advise anybody to use the naked eye in picking a wife.
So
Because that's
so,
dangerous.
so what does the divine eye say to you exactly? Like if we wanted to.
So now that depends. That's also relative. That depends on you as an individual, depending on the relationship you have built with the creator.
It's like the divine eye says to you that, oh, this girl now like this, so she's going to be able to have good children for me, and all
No,
these children
so
will
now-
not have medical defects.
No.
She's going to respect my family. She's going to be able to
So-
contribute to my wealth. Is that exactly what the divine eye says to you? Because
So-
when a lot of people introduces the divine to conversations like this, I'm usually very weary because it's not tangible. The divine is not tangible. It's abstract, right? So what exactly can people who are listening to us now latch on, hold, that are palpable enough to say, this is how the divine reveals a good woman to me?
Right. So that brings me to where I was saying before. It depends on your relationship. Like I feel like everybody relates, everybody have different spirituality, I'll call it fundamentals or structure. Depends on how you relate. How I get my message from God or from the creator is maybe different from you, right? So how does the creator relate to you on a life partner is different. For me, you know what you need. You know what I mean? As a man, you know where you're lacking. That's why women, we could need different women in our lives. I could need a woman that know how to cook, for example. That could be where I'm lacking. That could be what I need to complete me. You may need a woman that is financially stable. You know what I mean?
I know.
Right.
Exactly.
So, because that is what you need, but not what you want. You want a woman with big ass, big boobs.
I don't
No,
know.
I'm just saying.
It's very
So,
important.
so you will see
Yes.
how a woman that is financially stable will come to your life. If you are spiritually conscious, you would, and that's the season and the time that you are asking, for these things. You're asking the creator for these things, and then, the law of time and chance brings such a person, which deep inside that's what you need that is lacking. You will know that this person fits your, you know what I mean?
Yes, so the reason I ask this question is because we have got a lot of men of God or God of men, depending on how you want to see it,
Yeah.
who sought the face of God, who got tuned with spirituality to get their wives, but they ended up getting their fingers burned. Not just fingers, their fingers and their faces.
Beautiful. Now
What's involved in
that brings me to the next phase. Now, what people fail to do is that for the fact that God has given you a wife, doesn't mean you relax.
You have to work it.
Beautiful. If
Keep
God
working.
gave you the Garden of Eden,
Say heaven help those who help
if
themselves.
God gave you the Garden of Eden, he kept them there, but they lost it. They lost it, isn't it? Because of their actions. I used to tell people, just like the way they said grace of God is abundant for all, but there's something called frustrating the grace of God. So if God gives you a woman and you don't manage the woman well, you can end up losing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I know what you mean.
Back then.
However, this conversation seems, and I'm going to come to you, Mike. This conversation seems like, where Alex has taken us. So Alex has taken us to the divine.
Yes,
Right?
We have gone from
He has taken us to the divine.
So let's bring it back.
Yes, we need to quickly
Bring it
connect
back.
because there are a lot of people who are asking that. I'm not spiritual. I don't.
Yeah, so
pray.
it doesn't mean that
Yes,
I'm
I don't.
not
I don't.
happy
But
with
I
this
think
person.
no.
in my
I
space.
think everybody's spiritual. Everybody, but I just think not everybody's religious, but everybody's spiritual.
not necessarily.
No, I think so. It's just that they don't
That's
identify.
your thinking.
No, whatever. When you say you're not spiritual, what do you mean? You're not spiritual, but
I'm not spiritual. I don't believe in anything that is beyond that
no,
transcends.
you must believe in
No, there are
something.
people who
Yeah,
don't.
no, some people don't believe.
There are people who don't believe it. There are people who don't believe that there is
Nothing.
any.
No,
there-
you're mixing it up. That's even from not. You may not believe in God.
No, they don't believe in
Nothing.
anything spiritual. They
Nothing.
think that everything that happens to
It's
you
natural.
must be
Just
what
something.
it was, what was your effort, what was your process, what you.
You're mixing it up.
Okay.
See, if people don't believe in God, no problem. But they believe in something else.
Maybe they believe
Either
in
they
science.
believe in. Thank you.
Yes,
They believe in science.
they
right?
believe in process.
They believe in, thank you. They believe in process. Now that's
Maybe
their
hard
own.
work and
That's
all
their
that.
own. Yes, that's also that hard work. That's principle. That's law. That's also a spirit. That's also a spiritual effect.
So how do we, by this law and hard work, choose that woman who we are going to return from work to? I'll be like, man, thank God I chose you. How do we, as people, particularly because you are like a progenitor?
Good.
You
Good. Now,
You're like the one who has gone ahead
Now, in that case-
of the rest of the community of friends.
Let me
So
take
what
it back. Let me
exactly-
bring it back from
Yes.
spirituality. In that case, I always tell people, if you're not spiritual, it means that so you don't, like you say, you don't believe in anything, but at least you believe in yourself.
Yes.
Good. So you must create yourself. You get what I mean? Let me rephrase. So, how to choose that wife that you want? You have a particular woman you want. there'll be this, there'll be respectful.
Like
there'll be that.
I
So
like
you're
it.
not spiritual. It means that you can't get it. You don't believe that anybody can hand that woman over to you.
Yes, you have to
You
search
have to
it.
work for it. So for you to work for it, you have to put yourself in a system. You have to put yourself in a way. Isn't it that way? Meaning you have to first of all position yourself in a way to attract that kind of woman that you want. Right? Right. Are you?
I get
you
it.
getting me?
Well, yes, I get it. But let me just jump on. Mike, are there good women and bad women? Is there
They are
anything like
every
that?
form.
They say there's a good woman.
They
and
are
there's a
every
bad-
form, good, bad, and ugly. And they are even the ones that have the 3 categories
mixed.
in one.
Oh,
So they have
fantastic.
different dimensions. They have the bad, they have the good. They have
the
the
worst,
ugly,
worst.
ugly. They have the good, bad, and ugly in one. So I don't, they have. You see, human beings, we are universal. And once you say someone is a universal being, it means you have every entity, every category of what will make you a uni being, like you encompasses.
You can function in different ways. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So you have. So there is, if that's the question.
What would make you say this? So if you believe that there's a good woman, there's a bad woman, it meant ab initio, there are certain women that are just bad by their dispositions, by their idiosyncrasies, by what they display, right? How can we tell just from the get-go that this is a good woman or this is a bad
Okay,
woman?
first of all, you may say,
My question will be this.
okay,
Sorry.
sorry,
Yeah,
sorry now.
First of
No verse.
Yeah, first good. I don't leave it for you.
Not that. And after you know,
Okay, I talk to you.
And after,
Yes, yeah, talk to me.
Thank you very much,
Mike.
let me speak
I
here.
go back for you. So
I don't even know. How will you know a good woman and a bad one?
You're a bad person. So wait, okay. So just coming to your question, yeah.
Yes, please.
Good, bad, and ugly.
Yes.
But you're asking, how do you know? How can
Oh,
you tell?
yes, just
This is the point
Jump-
where I said
Wait.
something. So you have seen all your answer.
You go market. They come. You go market.
yes, please.
You want me? You want go buy fish.
Yes,
You see where they sell fish.
yes.
Wait now.
Some
make I
women,
talk my-
some,
Oh, no,
women,
make I just-
some women will be very upset with you that you are using, you're using fish.
I know.
You're using
Why
fish.
not
I
use
use
fish?
Make I use.
Why not be?
But you went to market. You want to buy an item.
Why are you focusing on the fish? Are fish and women are they?
You want to buy an item. You know you can quickly walk into anybody's shop that
Yes.
you are attracted to.
Yes.
Because of the packaging.
Yes.
And maybe the person that responding to you, you don't like the person's energy. Maybe the person is sounding rude, but the person doesn't know is sounding rude. I mean, I be maybe 2 shop or the next shop after that person. The person have a small packaging, but have what you want on a good price. So it's a market.
Why are you putting price?
Wait now.
That's
It's
what
a
you want on
market.
a good price.
No, it's the price. I'm using the market
Right.
methodology
Right.
just to define something. I'm still driving somewhere. So let me
Please,
laugh.
please drive quickly.
Yeah.
What car are you driving with?
So let me laugh.
Yes.
So what I'm just trying to say, in that space of say someone is good, someone is bad, you can easily, man know thyself. You know what you want, so you can easily tell. Except you're someone who is very carried away, that you just want to just have fun and let go. But if it's something real, yeah, you want something genuine, you want a relationship or you want to get into marriage, you can tell because you know what you want. I use that just like say someone walking into the supermarket, you know what you want. You know that I'm going to get a wine.
So how do you know what is real?
Thank you. That's what I'm
What's
going.
good, yes.
That's why I use that market a little bit. But it seems that it's dancing and it will create a lot of misunderstanding out. Uncle, auntie, you want something, right? You go there. You see what you want. Now you can now have negotiation. That negotiation is something that have to build in time to understand if this is genuine or not. If this person is fake or real. Why do we have scammers? Why do we have the honesty of anything comes with time. You can't just say or use a book to judge what it is.
So what you're saying directly is that there's no way a young man can
spiritually, physically,
tell
and you can't
that
just tell.
this is a good girl, this
No,
is a bad
you
girl.
can't.
Okay,
You
so
can't
let's say you, Alex.
I
Let's say
think you
Alex.
can.
Yes.
I think first of all, you ask, how do you know a good woman? First of all, we need to all dissect what formulates a being a woman. right? So a woman is someone that has the ability, right, to have the characteristics of womanhood, for example.
But can you tell that in instance?
No,
No,
we are coming. I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
So I think any female being that understands her responsibilities, okay, because as a woman you have to function in a particular way, in a particular order. So that will define when you fulfill that. If there's a list,
So
if there's a list,
Check
a
box.
woman must be able to take care.
So-
So you need to put together.
so
be able to harmonize.
yes, so-
now if you think that makes it good. If you don't do that, that makes you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that makes you
Yeah.
bad. So the definition of a woman is a womb man. A man that has got a womb.
Right.
So a woman who is able to procreate is a good woman. Is that what you're saying?
No. Just like a female is a male with a fetus, but it doesn't mean that's what made it. I'm talking about discharging their duties. You know what I mean? Not that now is by divine function. That is being able to give birth. That's a different thing.
So what are
But
their
I'm
duties?
talking now. A woman is somebody that has the heart of kindness and care
So men don't have kindness.
to harmonize. No, that's what I didn't say. That's what I didn't say. But by default system, they are structured. I don't want to say something that will be very controversial. I'm trying to be careful with my word. But they are structured in a way.
No, but we need controversial things on this.
Right. See,
on this platform.
so because they give birth, let me start there. Because they give birth, they are the one. Even if you look at the animal kingdom, right? If you look at, you say the male and the female, the lion, the cub. You know how the mother reacts with her child. The Creator has made it that way. As far as they create child, I was having a discussion with a friend, and she said, why must a woman be the one to cook, provide the food? I said, it's simple. Let's go back to history. By default, who comes with food in the system?
Man.
No,
man.
Who has the breast milk?
No, in Genesis, the Bible speaks to the fact that the man must be the one to work. The Bible actually
have to go
No,
to
that's
farm.
different. No, I'm saying
No, you
are
said by
saying
default
work.
we should
No,
go to history.
You are saying work. No, you are saying work now. You are saying work to provide. I am saying a woman that gives birth already. That's a natural law. A woman that gives birth already can instantly provide
providing
food
food.
for the child.
I get it.
You get from her system.
I get it.
The man can't give breast. The man can't give milk anywhere now.
He can.
The woman
Where the woman
gives
can.
that breast milk. So that's what I'm saying. So a woman has a function.
No, but Mike, do you agree that
You get what I'm
man
saying?
cannot give milk anywhere? Is it true that man cannot give
woman-
milk anywhere?
The woman has a
Naturally, man can give milk, but
function.
there are other means.
It means that by divine.
No, why you not allowing Mike answer the question?
By divine law and default law, the woman has a function to take care, right? To take care of the womb. That's why it's easy for somebody to call a bad woman somebody that feels.
That's why she's a
in that
supporter,
function.
a companion.
You know what I mean? So when you say bad woman, we are doing it in related to relationship.
So
to that point,
so
yeah.
let's get out of this conversation as it is today and,
Good,
take it
good.
a notch higher. Is it possible that in this kind of society where we are I don't want to use the word struggling because I don't like to think I'm struggling, but where
You're
we
not
are,
struggling,
yes,
no.
where
You can never struggle.
where we are working against the challenges of our times. Do you think that it's even possible to have good women in our times? And let me give context to that question. So there are loads of women who today, because of the struggles of our times, they have taken to what is called hustling, right?
I've gone into several things.
Yes.
I think you should leave it at that.
Yes,
Just leave it at hustling.
yes, let's leave it at hustling. Now, do you think that because of this reality, there are very few women in the population of women in Nigeria and in Africa that can indeed typify, represent, epitomize what a good woman, according to the standard of the Bible or the standard of the Quran?
You see,
Yes,
Andy,
yes.
the thing with us is that, to be honest, I think a lot of us, wants things that are already made. To be honest, we've seen instances where you've seen a situation where someone that went that far, to become a prostitute, okay, became a better human being. I'm not saying you will get into that kind of situation, but I am saying that I think that we should start looking at function because, when we focus on women like this, we may lose the insight of the functions of a man. I think one of the most critical and important things is men that are able to cultivate. I think we need to speak
So
towards that.
regardless of who the woman
So,
is,
so beautiful.
If
I'm
you're
coming to that
already
part.
straight.
Not regardless. A man, but I won't say not all men have that kind of ability. But a man should be able to redirect, cultivate, have the ability and capacity to cultivate a woman and redirect her to the right
so
path.
Mike, do you
wait,
think?
So when I want to say something.
Please say.
But men that fail in that idea will start blaming the woman. So why do we like already made? Because see, God Himself gave man what?
Why you always jumping
Three.
inside my question?
3.
God,
Three.
Lex,
And
let me say
then-
something.
And then you cut the tree and produce
Yeah.
what? Wood, paper, and all that. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
A man has to be able to cultivate. So
No. Why I asked Mike this question is, regardless of how far the woman has strayed, because of the societal demands, on her,
right.
how is it possible for the man to be able to redirect such a woman?
Okay, let
or
Mike answer
cultivate
now.
such a woman? Regardless.
I'll answer for myself.
Okay.
At the talk over, the talk has to be go. I know if you want something, you know how to get it. So I don't know if you know what forging is. Forging is like hammering hot or cold metal into different shape. If you really want something and you guys want to make it work, you can, define, you can modulate, you can make sure that this works for you guys. Is understanding system. So you see this our modern day time, and you know about this feminist something. So the feminist something is what, apart from procreation, everything the man can do, the woman can do. So it's look like the same responsibility of or equation of whatever is responsible the man can do, the woman can do. I want to dive into what Les was saying, and where the man can come in to cultivate, to do this and do that. Yes, all those things are very necessary. But if the woman where I really want, say, for example, I want her to be in certain. I forget about past life or what is happening about the whole modern day time, the whole expenses and what is going on. I want her to be some certain category for myself, for us to be together. How do I now change her? How do we work together? And that brings me to the space of this forging. We have to have the connection. And that thing boils down to the same man. The same man. I'm not talking about the woman, the same man. If you want something, I see the word, if you want something, you know how to get it. You getting it is you making efforts. It's you making, moving forward to attain it. So for me, I think that's the direction to attain that.
Okay. It makes
What do you?
it makes sense.
You
So since I've been the
say
one,
what
since
you-
I've been the one asking the
Speak
question,
it.
it's very important that you have asked it, right? That how can you determine, right, who is a good woman? Let's start from there before we
before we
say
do.
how we can turn the bad woman to a good woman. There is such a concept as the law of first mention. If we wanted to be religious, right? What is the function of a woman? And I'm sorry for those who do not speak Christianese or who are not Christians or Muslims or who are not religious.
I want us to keep this natural.
Yes,
So we'll not be diving woman.
Yes.
No, let him
Man and
answer.
woman.
Let him
Yes,
answer his
yes,
question.
yeah.
Because the same way you say, how do we? The same
Yes,
way
yes.
women
We
are asking, how do
are
we?
going to flip it. We are going to flip
No,
it.
I want us to keep it natural.
No, we are going to flip, but we are women. We are men. We are men, so we can't be discussing. It's the women that will discuss us.
No, we want to keep it natural, so it will be on humanity, not on any gender.
Okay, so we'll get there. However, the women are to complete. Scripture speaks to the fact that it's not good for a man to be alone. I will make him, someone who is going to be a helpmate. So for me as a person, as I encounter a woman, like with all the things that I'd mentioned, the 5 things I'd mentioned, is it possible for this woman to complete me, to help me become?
In the place you need help.
Absolutely. Because I've got deficiencies and I understand what my deficiencies are, right? So as I'm engaging the woman, I want to know, for me, how I define a good woman would be that she's got the capacity to help because she's my good woman. My good woman will be different from Alex's good woman.
That's why she's a
Will
companion.
be different from yes.
Yeah, but we're not talking about generally.
So if you're someone who is not good with talking, don't go looking for somebody who is also not good with talking. Because that's a wrong equation. You have got to look for someone who talks. Because she then completes you in that agency, in that department of not talking. That's the first thing. If you're someone who is introverted, don't go looking for an introverted person. Right? Look for someone
Who's an extrovert?
who is an extrovert. She
Why
then
if you
completes
find
you
love
there.
What if your peace and love is in someone who doesn't have those categories?
It will be temporal. It will be temporal because when you
But
get
you find your peace and
yes,
love.
it will be
Somebody says
temporal.
temporal.
It will be
After
temporal.
a
When
time.
you after a time, after the initial bubble, the baby's like after that initial bubble, when you settle down, when it simmers, when that love simmers, you then know what's happening in this family now. I am here. I'm pressing my laptop. This person is pressing laptop. I'm pressing my phone. This person is pressing. This person is chronic introvert. I'm chronic introvert. Nothing happens. People don't come to visit you in that house because they know when they come, they'll say, Uncle Mike, we are here. Oh. Auntie Mike, we are here. And Uncle Mike and Auntie Mike are pressing their phones because they are not engaging. If you knew you're somebody who doesn't engage, you must be on the lookout for somebody who engages. If you are talkative, I don't want to use the word loquacious because it's not exactly very pleasant. Right? If you are talkative, then you need somebody who's quiet. Somebody
Right.
who is more intuitive, somebody who's more calculative. That's how you define your good woman. Because my good woman will be different from your good woman. My good woman will be as a result of what are my challenges that I need completing in. Your good woman will be as a result of your challenges that you need completing
That's
in.
why it's called 50-50.
Absolutely.
Making
So
union.
that's the first thing you need to look out for because that's what the law of first mention says. The law of second mention is the good woman must be productive, right? Because every one of us were given an assignment. My assignment was clear to me at the beginning, and the woman's assignment was clear. If she's not productive, these days I go on social media and I see how girls are or ladies, and please don't pardon me, ladies. Don't pardon me. And usually when guys want to say something, they say pardon me. Don't pardon me
Because
it is because of the person, because the person who is here, who is a gentleman, who is editing this, and so I'm going
Say
to,
what you
I'm
want.
going to.
Talk
It
truth.
is totally preposterous.
Oh my God.
For women to get on social media and be saying, if a man cannot take care of me, if a man cannot give me this, that man is zero, that man is useless. It speaks to the fact that the woman on her own does not have content. Right? Because there are specifics that God created the woman for. The woman is coming to do certain things. The woman is coming to. So for me, that's one. Then two, it is not possible with the forming you have talked about, with the norming that you have talked about. It's not possible for you to get somebody who has strayed to come back into the line of good. That's my opinion.
That's your.
If the person already strayed and strayed far, let her stray. There's somebody who likes her
The stray way.
in that state.
The stray way.
Let that person find her and take her. If you don't go fixing a person because you need fixing yourself.
What if you don't stray? You're stray. You don't stray away.
Then you are the one who needs that stray. Because the
so
stray
you
will
go
need the
away.
stray.
You go
And two of you will be astray.
No,
Your stray needs the stray and you are astray.
First of all, you
Yes.
said, you don't pick, like terms. You don't go for somebody that is same as you.
Absolutely.
Good. So that brings us back to,
But
so
not
that
in the
it's
context
not
of the stray.
contradiction.
It's not-
In the stray, you pick a stray and stray.
It's not in the context of the stray. It's not in the context of the stray.
I feel that, I feel that it is possible for a woman who has gone astray to be brought back. I feel so. I still respect your opinion though, because I understand, why you may have that opinion. But it's possible. Men are supposed, like I said, to have. I've seen women who change, okay, due to marriage, commitment, and all that. I've seen women, like I said, it depends on the capacity of a man. Women are different in their own way, okay? They are different. So it depends on how a man understands the woman and manages that relationship he has with her. Like you saw the recent thing the recent thing that happened in Guinea. Well, I don't know. Let's go to
Guinea Republic.
Okay, so at this juncture, we are going to cut and we are going to invite someone else to come on this platform. Yes, we are going to have a break. Viewers, we're going to invite someone who has weight, who will take us to newer dimensions.